Hey guys, it's Short Devil here and welcome to my dual blades tutorial. For those who are new to this video, I will be talking about the mechanics of the weapon, combos, Wirebug attacks, switch skills and armor skills that I would recommend to use along with this weapon. For the beginning of the video, I will be using the base dual blades, meaning that I won't be touching on any of the switch skills until later on in the video. So let's begin. The mechanic of this weapon revolves around the demon mode. Activating demon mode changes your movement speed and your movesets for the cost of draining your stamina. Attacking the monster while in this mode fills up the gauge. Players using this weapon aim to max out the gauge to activate Arch Demon mode. Arch Demon mode allows you to use a couple of moves from demon mode without the draining stamina effect. However, Arch Demon mode will disappear after performing specific moves, meaning that players will have to once again refill the gauge to regain Arch Demon mode. That is the mechanic of the dual blades. It relies on the player to manage both the weapon's gauge and their stamina. While a player is attacking in demon mode to fill up the gauge, they will deactivate it once stamina is close to being depleted. By then, they should have maxed out the gauge and allowed the stamina to recharge while Arch Demon mode will be active. Now let's talk about your opening attacks. With the weapon sheathed, moving your character and pressing X will perform the lunge and strike. This attack is good for closing the small distance between the monster. Also, the dual blades is very easy to sheath with, so if you want, you could probably keep sheathing and attacking a monster like this. Not that I would want to, but it's just a thought. Pressing ZR activates demon mode. While you're in demon mode, your stamina will constantly be drained, meaning that you're gonna have to keep an eye on your stamina bar in case you get into a horrible situation where you have to dodge an attack, but you're out of stamina. However, there is quite a lot of benefits while in demon mode. One, it changes your movement speed, allowing you to move much faster than normal. 2, it changes the way you evade. Instead of rolling, you can now dash. It's much faster than the roll, and I prefer to use it to quickly move out of the way or to close the distance. And the other benefit is that it changes your moveset, which I will be talking more about it later on in the video. Attacking a monster while in demon mode fills up the gauge. When this gauge is maxed out, Arch Demon mode will be active. However, you will need to deactivate demon mode for you to use Arch Demon mode. Demon mode can be deactivated either by pressing ZR, getting knocked over by an attack from a monster's roar, or when your stamina is depleted. Another great opening attack is when you jump off a ledge or your dog. If you quickly press ZR to activate demon mode and then press A, you can perform the mid-air spinning blade attack. It's quite a long name, but this allows your character to spin on the back of the monster, dealing multiple hits. You can do the same spinning attack when you are in demon mode and you evade off a ledge. Another thing to mention is when you are in Arch Demon mode and you have your weapon sheathed, pressing X will allow you to do the Demon Flurry Rush, which I'll talk about later on in the video. Those are your opening attacks, although I pretty much explained the majority of demon mode here. Let's move on to the combos. While either mode is not active, pressing X 3 times performs a basic 7-hit combo. In between the combo, inputting a direction and pressing X changes the way your character is facing. This is useful for when you want to aim for another part of the monster. This can also help with performing an infinite combo, as long as you are constantly changing your directions. Pressing A performs a lunge and strike. This move can be used at any time in between the X combo. This can be great for repositioning yourself, just like inputting a direction and pressing X mid-combo. You can also do an infinite combo by spamming A, but it's not really something to use in my opinion. This is because this move keeps moving you forward, which can be a pain if you're aiming to attack only one part of the monster. Additionally, you can perform an infinite combo if you alternate between X and A attacks. Now, let's move on to the demon mode attacks. Pressing X 3 times performs a 9-hit combo. This combo fills up the gauge to more than halfway, which is good for quickly maxing out the gauge. Again, you can change directions mid-combo by using the left stick in order to perform an infinite combo. Pressing A performs the Demon Flurry Rush. Just like the lunge and strike, this can be used at any time during the X combo. However, unlike the lunge and strike, this attack can move the character much further. I prefer using this attack more than the lunging strike. While in demon mode, you cannot spam the A button for an infinite combo. Instead, you can perform a 12-hit combo by pressing A 3 times. You can still perform infinite combos as long as you are constantly mixing in between X and A buttons. Demon mode also gives access to another move called the Blade Dance. This attack is done by pressing X and A. You cannot cancel out of this attack, so it's best done when the monster is immobile. Lastly, after any attack, pressing ZR will not only deactivate demon mode, but it can also deal damage to the monster. Obviously, you have to be close to the monster to deal this damage. Okay, demon mode attacks done. What about the arch demon mode attacks? While in arch demon mode, no changes are made to the X button combo. However, pressing A replaces the lunging thrust with the demon flurry rush. Remember how I said arch demon mode gives access to demon mode attacks? Well, there you go. Pressing X and A gives access to the demon flurry attack. Pressing X 2 more times, or what I would like to do is spam X, performs the remaining demon flurry attacks. The reason why I spam X is because it's kinda hard to notice where to press X in the middle of this combo. Anyways, just a reminder that you can only do this when Arch Demon mode is active. So if you don't have Arch Demon mode, you are not able to perform the Demon Flurry Rush attacks. Additionally, whenever you evade in Arch Demon mode, you will dash instead of rolling, as if you are still in Demon mode. That's pretty much it when it comes to Arch Demon mode attacks. It's not much, but at least you can get your stamina back and perform a few Demon mode attacks. You should also know that when performing evades or the Demon Flurry Rush in Arch Demon mode, the energy within the gauge will be used, meaning that you will eventually have to rebuild Arch Demon mode again because you have used those particular moves. We can now talk about your Wirebug attacks. Pressing ZOX does the Piercing Bind, which costs 1 Wirebug. This attack jabs a kunai into the monster, so you gotta be standing pretty close to nail this attack. Landing hits on the monster constantly damages the monster. After time has passed, the kunai will explode, dealing damage. The damage done here is dependent on how many times you have hit the monster, meaning if you want the highest amount of damage that you can get from this attack, then you're gonna be attacking the monster a lot. I'd say it's best to use this move when the monster is down. That way, you won't get interrupted and you can constantly hit the monster. The other Wirebug move is the Shrouded Vault. This again costs 1 Wirebug. This move propels you in the direction that you are facing. This attack also acts like a counter, which means that if the monster is about to attack you, doing this move will hurt the monster instead. Those are your Wirebug attacks. Let's move on to the switch skills. In slot 1, you can choose the Demon Flight move. This replaces the Demon Flurry Rush. Landing a hit will allow your character to launch upwards. This can help with performing the Midair Spinning Blade attack, which is done by pressing A again. You can also input a direction using the left stick while in the air to change your trajectory, just in case you don't want to get hit by the monster and get out of a situation. Additionally, you can press X mid-air for an additional hit on the monster. So instead of only pressing A, you can press X and then A for a bit more damage. You should also take note that when you are in Arch Demon mode and you perform the mid-air Spinning Blade attack with Demon Flight, instead of spinning on the body of the monster, you just fly in the direction that you have directed the stick at. So don't be expecting the same move where you actually spin on the monster's back, unless of course you are in Demon mode and not Arch Demon mode. Slot 2 gives you Feral Demon mode. Unlike Demon mode, this does not give you a boost in movement speed. However, it gives you the ability to deal damage when pressing the evade button. Additionally, you can deal damage when activating this mode. Slot 3 gives you access to the Tower Vault move. This replaces the Piercing Bind, and again, this move only costs 1 Wirebug. All this move does is launch you up into the air, similar to the Demon Flight move where it launches you up. However, with this move, depending on whether you are in Demon mode or not, you can perform the same mid-air Spinning Blade attack by pressing A. If you're not in Demon mode, you can just press ZR mid-air to activate Demon mode and press A to perform the spinning attack. However, you must do it before you hit the ground. If you hit the ground, then you're not gonna do the Spinning Blade attack. Those are all the switch skills, but which one would I recommend? Again, for those that did not watch my previous weapon tutorial, there is no set switch skill that you should definitely use. You can use any skill to fit your playstyle. Personally, for the first slot, I would go for the Demon Flight attack. I would only go for this move if my third slot is the Piercing Bind. This is because the Tower Vault move, the other third slot move, pretty much does the same thing as the Demon Flight attack, except that you must have a Wirebug available to use. However, depending on the monster, I might change it to the Demon Flurry Rush, which would mean that I would change the third slot to Tower Vault. As long as there's a move that allows me to do the spinning attack, then I would equip that one. Because, let's face it, it's very cool to do that move. As for the second slot, I would go for the Feral Demon mode. There isn't much difference between either mode. Sure, your movement speed isn't as high as normal Demon mode, but the damaging dodge can be quite useful. The only time when I see the damaging dodge being useful is when you perform the Piercing Bind. This attack kind of moves you a little bit away from the monster, so doing the damaging dodge easily stacks the damage for the Piercing Bind. Other than that, you can always try to dodge in between monsters' attacks, but you're gonna need perfect timing, and I'm a bit too lazy to time my dodge with the monster's attack. The third slot, as I've said, if my first slot is Demon Flight, then I would keep it to the Piercing Bind. Whereas if the first slot is Demon Flurry Rush, then I would swap to Tower Vault. I don't really see the point of having Demon Flight with Tower Vault because both moves pretty much do the same thing. I mean, sure, the Tower Vault launches you higher than the Demon Flight, but it's still the same thing. But hey, if you want to have two moves that allow you to jump up in the air, then go ahead. Additionally, what I would like to add is, without having Piercing Bind on, you kind of lose out on damage potential, because having Piercing Bind can cause quite a lot of damage, especially if you're doing a Demon Flurry Rush. So Piercing Bind might just have to stay as it is. Tower Vault, does no damage, so it's either having a pick of having a lot of damage or having no damage. Finally, which armor skills would I recommend for this weapon? For those who didn't see my previous weapon tutorial, I will only look at the skills that can affect the weapon. I won't be mentioning any damage increasing skills like attack boost. Constitution reduces stamina depletion when doing specific moves. This really helps out whenever you dodge. You can pretty much spam your evade even more than you normally would having this skill on. I like to use it in a panic just in case I need to quickly get out of the way of a monster's attack. Marathon Runner affects the rate of stamina being drained. This means that it only affects the time it takes for your stamina bar to reach 0. The skill does not affect the amount of stamina depleted when dodging. It only affects whenever you sprint or use the Demon mode. In my opinion, I don't think it's worth getting the Marathon Runner skill, as it only affects the time it takes for the stamina bar to drop to 0. Whenever you use the Demon mode, you're really making use of its dodges and attacks, which affects the amount of stamina used, not the stamina that's being drained. So again, it's not a huge requirement to have this on. The Power Prolonger skill boosts the duration of weapons when they are powered up. This is great for the Archdemon mode for it to last longer. For the skill, I'd say it's not too much of a requirement. You could probably get away with not having this skill on because you can easily get back into Archdemon mode. It's really up to you for this one, as it makes no difference in my opinion. Stamina Surge allows you to regain stamina faster. Really good for quickly getting back the stamina you lost during Demon mode. It can be great for staying in the fight instead of waiting for stamina to return. Again, for this one, you don't really need max Stamina Surge. If you don't have enough space, then maybe just having one Stamina Surge would be good enough. Because I think when it comes to regaining stamina in this game, it's not too much of a problem. You can easily regain stamina. So if you don't have enough space, having level 1 is completely fine. Evade Extender is absolutely crazy in here. You could probably dodge all the way back to camp with this. The evasion distance is so massive on level 3. My god. This is absolutely perfect for either closing the distance or making distance. Although when it comes to closing distance, it can mess you up a little bit. Finally, the other skill is Focus. This allows you to gain more energy for the gauge. If you want to gain more energy in the gauge, then go for this skill. However, I feel like it doesn't really make a difference since doing the Demon mode X button combo already fills the bar to more than halfway. so it's not much of a game changer. Again, it's really up to you whether you want to max focus or not. That's pretty much it for the dual blades. I'd say if you're new to Monster Hunter, just pick up this weapon. I'd say it's good for people who are used to fast-paced gameplay, unlike using some of the other weapons where they're a bit slow. The dual blades is the fastest weapon in the game. Now if I missed out anything that might be useful, drop it down in the comments below, I'm sure it would help someone out. If you found this video useful in some way, give it a like and make sure you've subscribed to the channel if you haven't already for more helpful videos to come in the future. There will be more weapon tutorials, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to also follow me on my Twitch, link is down in the description box below, where you can talk to me live and see me play some of the games. Finally, make sure to also follow me on my Twitter for any other channel updates. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you guys later. Watch out, kitty! Oh, he's definitely on your case! Oh my god, here we go again. Kitty! I need to watch my health now before I die.